Happy New Year, everybody. A tied ball game at the intermission. Quite a fluctuation in scoring. You had Philadelphia with a double-digit lead. You had the Kings up by 9 early. Again, Happy New Year. So happy that you're with us here on If You Don't Like That. Rhino and Jerry, we get your thoughts. Jerry, pretty good half. You know, you don't have Keegan Murray there. You don't have the big fella and Embiid, and that certainly changes the way they play. So you had Doug Christie start Keon Ellis. What'd you think of the starting unit, Jerry?
Well, I liked it. I like Keon Ellis in there. He creates problems for the other team. Really, Maxey wasn't a big factor, which is, Philly needs to have him a big factor, and Keon. And I thought the defensive strategy or doubling the ball every chance they could after half quarter against the guards was very good. I like the Kings zone was a lot more active zone than we've seen. And as you said, back and forth. But, if the Kings can control Paul George second half, they'll win the ball game.
Yeah, Jerry, I thought you nailed it. Doug Christie did a great job mixing up the looks, and the addition of Keon Ellis in place of Keegan Murray has given Fox a little bit of a leeway on Maxey, which has changed the formula.
Yeah, there's no doubt about that. I mean, I think Philly misses Kelly Oubre quite a bit too, because
they sure do.
He's a problem, but they got good mileage out of Eric Gordon. But I think the Kings were able to go small without Embiid in there. Domas is really by far the most dominant big on the floor. I wouldn't be too surprised though to see Coach Nurse go to Drummond more in the second half. He was far more effective than Ubaselli.
And I'll tell you, I like what Trey Lyles seems to be looking the last game or two, or the last few games, more and more like the Trey Lyles that we saw before his rash of injuries last year.
Yeah, absolutely. Actually, he's shooting the ball like, we expected Keegan Murray to shoot it this year. And, I just think Trey, the way he's playing now, just has to be in that starting lineup because he's a very productive player and gives them another big that can at least bang around there a little bit.
Yeah, he's fired up because Malik Monk called him fat publicly. So.
Well, there's a little couple ounces of extra weight in there somewhere.
All right, so 57 all. You think Paul George is the key in this second half, Jerry, that the Kings have to contain him?
Well, I do. I mean, he was getting much too many easy shots. I thought going to the zone, we'll have to see how that goes. If they do that, that maybe help get it out of his hands a little bit, because one-on-one, Kings don't have anybody can guard him. And so that's a problem. I also wonder and worry about Maxey. Like I say, Kings done a great job on him, but he's like Darren Fox. He can go for 20 and a half anytime.
And he's a big Kings killer in the past. I mean, it seems like whenever Philadelphia beats Sacramento, it's because he plays so well.
Yeah, I've thought the last several years he's been their most valuable player more than Embiid. Of course, even when Embiid plays, I just think the guy. But the Kings have done a great job on him. But he's not dead, that's for sure.
Yeah, I'm worried about those two guys. I'm also worried about Andre Drummond. The minutes that he gave to that team in the second quarter, Alex Len didn't really have an answer. And when the Kings were collapsing on him, that's what opened up Eric Gordon. And really, the last 2 minutes of the first quarter is what set them off on their run. So I'd like to see Coach Christie maybe mix it up there down low with Sabonis off the floor.
Yeah, I think that would be a key as well. But like I say, I think with Sabonis and Lyles, they're playing very comfortably. Fox has definitely got his A game, I think, pretty much in line. And I think, even though Malik hasn't really scored a lot, but I mean, I think his playmaking has been a key as well. Just some little things, but I like what I'm seeing here. I mean, if you see this same kind of effort and changing defenses and picking your spots for double team pressure, I think Kings have a great chance to win.
I like this from Andrew. Hey, guys, quick thought. No matter the score at half, seems like the Kings never really have full control of the game, and it's like a common theme. Well, that's why they're 14-19, because they haven't had full control of the games. And, again, you can't really do anything about the past. You have a lot of games left. You can only do something about the game in front of you, and that's this game here. And you have to take advantage of a Philadelphia team that's playing without a guy that changes the game. I mean, let's just call it the way it is. When Joel Embiid is on the floor, he's one of the very best players in the league. He's an MVP player. He's not playing tonight, and that changes the way Philadelphia plays. Jerry, so I want to ask you directly, how does it change the way Philadelphia plays? How different are they when they don't have Embiid on the floor?
Well, they're a totally different team because, I mean, with Embiid, you can play inside, outside. He's the complete package. And then he's another guy that you have to double in addition to really giving double help on Maxey at times and Paul George at times. So it just changes everything. I mean, it just, whether it's Nikola Jokic, I mean, he's not as good as Jokic right now, but he creates some of the same problems. You simply know one man is going to control him.
Yeah, he gets your team into the penalty. If he's playing tonight, the Sixers have way more than 9 free throws here at the half.
Well, there's no question about that.
But he's not, and he misses a lot of games. So,
yeah.
And that's why Philly is where they are record-wise as well. And so it's going to be, I think I'm really looking forward to start the third quarter because I think if the Kings can keep the defensive pressure and maybe control George and I think they might get this thing separated.
I think the Kings win this game 117 to 112, guys, because I'm with you, Jerry. I think they'll do a better job on George. And I think you hit it on the head a couple of minutes ago. We already know about Embiid, but I think Philadelphia really misses Kelly Oubre Jr. And he also always seems to play well against Sacramento, and he's not playing tonight. I think that will really hurt them in the second half. So that's why I'm picking Sacramento here.
Yeah, I think the Kings will win the game, and really Oubre is one of the reasons. I mean, he defensively he's a lot like Keon Ellis, only 6'5", and real long and lively. So they miss him, and that's fine. The Kings are a little shorthanded as well, but I'm going to give the Kings 110-108. I think it's going to be close.
I'm going to say 121, 111. Kings, the offense looked great early on, but I thought the Kings offense at the end of that first quarter is what caused the run by Philadelphia. Bad passes, bad choices. They've got 16 points off of 7 Kings turnovers. They can't let them get out here in the second half. The Kings clean it up. They roll tonight.
Yeah, and really great point on those turnovers, too, because there were 7 unforced, all unforced.
100%.
I mean, really, Philly's not really pressuring, doing much defensively. So,
and again, and I know Keegan Murray's not playing. We get that, but you've got to take advantage of a Philadelphia team without Embiid. They are night and day without Embiid on the floor. You cannot let this opportunity pass you by, especially at home. We've talked about this because of how bad you've been earlier in the year at home, right? And with your overall record, you can't. There's no more room for error in this season. There isn't.
No, and your home games are running out. And as you said, I mean, Embiid, you don't have Embiid on the floor, one of the great centers in the last 10 years, a 30-point guy. So take advantage. And Kings did a nice job getting the ball inside to Domas. He's going to have to maybe not miss a couple of little bunnies that he did, although he played terrific. But, that'll be the key. Take advantage inside. You've got the advantage inside.
Yeah, Philly's 5-9 on their home court too, 8-8 on the road. So don't let them get comfortable in their best environment here in Sacramento.
The schedule, we talk about getting very difficult. You got Memphis coming in next, but I think what we're looking at right now is for the Kings to build some confidence here with everything that's gone on and how bad the first part of the season has been. It really doesn't matter right now how you get the wins. Just get the wins and build some confidence, Jerry.
Yeah, wins. That's all it is. It's just like the Dallas game, ugly game, a depleted team, but a win's a win. You're at home, get all the wins you can at home because you're going on the road soon, and they're going to be really tough to get. So you're on the right track here in the first half. It's going to take a little bit better second half to get it done.
Drive up Vivek's energy bill. Use that damn beam. Let's go.
Yeah, I was afraid that beam was scabbed over, but I guess it still worked.
All right. And Andrew, thank you again for your super chat donations. One more thing. Seems like they switched to his own defense late in the second and it worked. I'd hope to see that same zone D prediction 114-106 Kings. The one thing about zones in the NBA, and Jerry, you know this a lot better than I do, or any type of defenses, is players in the NBA are smart. They adjust. And you can't just do the same thing all the time because they're going to adjust and they'll figure out how to beat it eventually.
Yeah, and Nick Nurse at halftime, he's a smart coach. They'll be more ready for the zone than they were in that first half. Obviously, Coach Christie and his staff knows that as well. So if they're going to play the zone, they may put a little different wrinkle to it. So it's a
Yep.
little bit of a chess game.
Yep. Again, we'll be with you after the game. Jerry, would you shut it down 2 or 3 in the morning on a big New Year's Eve for you?
Well, pretty close. It almost got to 10 o'clock, but that's me and Mr. Reynolds settled with. We celebrate with New York, just in your honor, Grant. So we celebrate.
Thank
with
you.
New York. So,
And people think I'm being more positive. Thank you for being more positive tonight, Grant. I don't know how to break this to you. I just don't, but I'm going to try. Because I know that a lot of the people that watch, they only want to hear the pom-poms, right? You want to wave them. Sacramento is 12th in the West. Are you aware of that? Are you aware that they're 14 and 19? Are you aware that they are 7 and 12 at home? Are you aware that they're not close right now to being in the playoffs? So, are you bothered with some negativity? Do you not see issues with this team? Happy New Year to you, too. Thank you so much for watching the channel. We appreciate you. Thank you. I don't know what else to say, Jerry. I mean,
Well, they don't know how warm and cuddly you are. They don't get to see that warm, cuddly side like me and Ryan.
Yeah, like a cactus.
Yeah. Hey,
Yeah.
Jerry, we'll talk to you at halftime of the Memphis game. You enjoy the second half.
I will. You guys do too. See you then.
Thanks, Jerry.
All right. And Rhino, we'll look forward to being back here in an hour with the Kings and the Sixers. I don't want to say it's a pivotal second half, but again, if you're talking about momentum, if you lose this game, you don't have any momentum going into Memphis. So this is a big, big second half to try to resurrect this season and get it going again.
Yeah, momentum and consistency. Can we just get some consistency going? Put a couple of good games in a row together with similar style and things that you can build on.
And take advantage of these teams without their best players. I mean, that's just part of the schedule. You played Dallas 100%. With a G League squad, and now you're playing Philadelphia without one of the best players in the entire league at Embiid and a tremendous player in what he does with Kelly Oubre in terms of what he's like a Keegan Murray.
Right.
He may not show up in the box score, but he does so many things defensively. Take advantage of that. Take advantage of it.
Well said, Names.
All right. We'll be back after the game. Enjoy, everybody. Happy New Year.